Good afternoon, everyone. I hope I got my email out okay, and I apologize for being late. I actually had intended to do a different video today, and I was working on my ribbon savers, and I know I've previously released ribbon savers, but I've gotten so many different questions, and people have emailed me and commented on different types of ribbon spools. So what I was working on the last couple of days was I was actually going through my entire ribbon collection and measuring spools and creating measurements for many different sizes of ribbon spools. Well, I kind of bit off more than I could chew with all of that. And so I just decided this morning, at first I was just going to like wing it. And then I thought, you know what? I'm going to turn this into something different. So I'm going to be doing a Ribbon Savers paid project sheet. Now, the old one that I did before will still be absolutely free. And I know many of you have figured out how to do the Ribbon Savers for different sizes, but some people really want that guidance, and I'm going to create a project sheet for that. I'm going to create a project sheet that tells you how you can calculate your own, maybe not very easily, but I'm going to have the formula there, and show you how I created them all. And it's just taken so much more work than I thought it was going to take. So that's why it ended up being a paid project, because it's taken already hours and hours of my time, just working everything out, testing it out, and all of that. So also creating diagrams and all of that to make it look pretty and easy for everyone to navigate. That takes a lot of time as well. So that will be coming out hopefully by the end of the weekend. So in the meantime, I had the lovely fortune of one of my followers. I don't know, she's not on here this morning. Thank you, Kristen. I'm glad you liked my haircut. Got it cut yesterday. I totally digress. So I had the fortune of having one of my followers sent me, her name's Linda Johnson, and she sent me a little Ghirardelli pouch around Valentine's Day. This was what she sent me. It was so cute. And I tucked it away for future reference, just in case one day I needed a quick idea to make. And this definitely is quick and cute. And so thank you, Linda, so much for sending this to me. This holds one Ghirardelli square. So I decided we would make them not for Valentine's Day, but they are a Mother's Day pouch, I think is what I would call this. It still has a heart on it, and the reason I did a heart was because it's a great shape for Mother's Day, and I think mothers are truly a blessing. And so this could also, even if it wasn't for, it could be for another occasion as well, but I know a lot of times churches and stuff give out little Mother's Day treats, like maybe a flower or something on Mother's Day. And it's not just sometimes for mothers, it's for mother figures. Like sometimes it's a sister or an aunt or someone else that acts like a mother for you. So these are just like really sweet little treat holders to give out. It could be for another occasion as well, but "You're a True Blessing" is really kind of speaking to Mother's Day in this case. So I'll show you how to make this. Now, one little caveat with this particular tutorial is that you will need 12 by 12 paper. We don't need the full width of the 12 by 12, but 6 by 6 paper is not going to cut it for this. So just keep that in mind when you're choosing your paper. You will need a 12 by 12 paper. You can get, I'm trying to think how many out of a sheet. You can get like 2 out of a sheet of 12 by 12, 2.5 if you're using some of the same patterns. So like if you have 2 sheets of the same pattern, you could get 5. So that would work out well. So we're going to be making those today. the ribbon saver thing, the extra with all the measurements, that is going to come out hopefully this week, and I'll get it done. It just took way longer than I thought it was going to, and so I just couldn't possibly get it together for today. You know, sometimes you bite off more than you can chew, and so I just really had to pivot. So hello, Debbie. She says she's new to my channel and likes cute party favor gift ideas. Well, Debbie, you are at the right place, because I am definitely all about cute little party favors. So Gail says she's made many ribbon savers. She made about 50 of them. Well, and some people like have figured out how to make the different sizes, and you know, it's not difficult. It's just sometimes it's nice to have a little guide that you can look things up quickly and not have to like work out the measurements. And there's so many different ones. And I got an email the other day, and this person wrote me, and she said, "You didn't say that it was for only one size ribbon hole." And I'm like, well, I did only do it for 3/4 inch ribbon holes, but it can be done for other size ribbons as well. You just have to make adjustments with the strip. So I'm gonna delve into that, because there are different size holes in the center of the ribbon. So I'm gonna share with you all the things I have learned from working through my collection, and from your comments and inputs and stuff too, because I guess that's also, you know, a fair point, you know, that there are different size ribbon holes. You know, when I first did the ribbon savers, I only did it for the ribbons that were in my current collection, and all of those had kind of the same size ribbon holes, but some of my older ribbons had different size holes, so you know, that's the way it goes. All right, okay, I'm gonna get started here. We're gonna be making this project. I do want to say, if you are ordering from me today, we have free shipping today on orders of $75 or more. There is just this one day left. It ends at midnight Mountain Time, so don't forget to place your order today. Also wanted to mention, I sent it out earlier, that our cardstock is going to have a price increase on May 6th. So if you want to get cardstock now, this is a great time to stock up. So you get the free shipping with the $75 free ship, and stock up at the same time. So it's a really good time to do that right now. Let me pop up my special for the month. This month, our host codes are coming to an end. They ended last week, and we no longer have host codes if you're familiar with them. But I wanted to still give a gift to everyone for this last month, right until the end of the month. So for every $50 you spend with me this month as a customer, you will be getting a designer series paper and ribbon as your reward. This is very generous. Normally I only do designer series paper, but it's going to be at least 20 sheets of 6x6 retired paper, and a partial ribbon roll. And I am not going to spool out and count how much a ribbon is on the roll. I'll just make sure that there's enough so it doesn't look like there's only like a foot of ribbon on the roll. There will be more than that. So that will be mailed out in May, and that's for every $50 you spend with me this month. And I just looked up my sales. I'm gonna be there for a while, getting everything ready. So, but that's a good problem to have. And thank you to everyone who has ordered from me so far this month. Those will be going out to you in May. All right, let's have fun with this project. I love this project. I haven't seen, Linda is sometimes on here, and she is, I don't think she's on here this morning, but if we see her pop on, I will thank her once more for sending this project to me. Okay, let me zoom in here on my other camera and let's get started. Okay, so this is the one that Linda sent me originally. Super cute, right? And it's actually, I think it's the same. It is the same Hearts of Elegance dies that she used. And these are the two that I made. And the interesting thing with these, depending on the way you put the paper, you have to fold them in a certain direction, because if you don't fold them in the right direction, they will not turn out. You will not be able to tuck it in. So here isn't this kind of cool, the way it kind of stars out like this? So I put my heart attached at the bottom because it sits the best way. So I'm going to take the one that's next to it, and you fold it down, and then you fold it down, and you fold it down, and then you tuck in to here like this, okay? If I were to do this in the opposite direction, and it kind of depends on which way your angles are cut. If you're having trouble putting these together, it might be because you folded yours in the opposite direction. So for this direction, for this one where it's pointing this way, you have to go clockwise around. And if it were pointing that way up at the top, then you'd have to go counterclockwise. So I always tuck the thing in that has the little heart in last. So I just will go to the side, the one next to it. In my case, since I'm going clockwise, I take the one that's clockwise to it, and then we just go around, and then you tuck in like this. Okay. So that's the clockwise direction. And actually here, let's do this one. I took the chocolate out of this one. So this one here, this one is the opposite. It's pointing this way. Okay, this is the one that Linda sent me. So this one, I have to go counterclockwise. So this one is the one that gets tucked in last, the one with the heart on it. So we're going to go in the opposite direction and then tuck it in. So that's just something to keep in mind when you're doing it, that if you do it, and it doesn't really matter which way you do it, you just have to tuck it in the different direction then. Okay, don't get stumped, because I I totally got stumped when I was doing it. So we're gonna need, to make this pouch, you just need 2 pieces of designer series paper, and it's good to choose the same pattern, okay? And I think it works best with an all over pattern. This one is, oh shoot, I forget the name of this paper. I'm gonna just look it up in the background here. Okay, let's scroll. It is called Floral Delight, okay? Floral Delight paper. Okay, let me get back over here. Floral Delight paper. And then this paper here is Perennial Lavender, okay? And so let's grab my scoring board, which I left across the way. Grab my trimmer too. You can do the cutting part with scissors too, but you know me, I like the precision of having a trimmer. Okay, so 9x3, both pieces. Very easy scoring. Put the long side up at the top and score at 3 and 6. I'm using the big ball on my stylus tool because I don't want it to damage the paper. And 3 and 6. That's all there is to the scoring. So then, oops, I have a ribbon tower right here next. I've built a leaning tower of ribbon. So next we have to actually cut this in, just looking at the direction. Okay, we need to cut this, the pencil here. We need to cut from the score line down here at the bottom up to this corner. So I'm just gonna just draw a little line so you can see. It's not a very good line, is it? I'll do better. I will. And I will have a diagram for you on my project sheet. Did I mention I'm going to send you a project sheet if you're on my email list on Saturday for this project? Okay. So look at that. That's what you want to do. And then you want to do that same angle over here. Let's do this. Okay. All right. So that's what you want to do. So right here is the end of the score line, and right here is the end of the score line. So if you want it nice and straight, take it over to your trimmer and just line it up. Right on the corner. Okay. So that's what it looks like. And you're going to do the same thing with the other piece in the same direction. Okay, because you're going to have to make sure it goes in the same direction, because both pieces have to go in that direction. Otherwise, it won't fold together. So we're always doing this pattern up, and you're going to make them both look the same. Okay, and if it helps, draw those pencil lines on there first so that you don't mess up. Okay, this may be for a different project. A bunch of triangles, that could be fun. All right. Okay, so we've got these two pieces. And I would like this pattern to be on the outside, because while this is a nice gingham pattern, I want that on the inside. So we're just going to fold these along the score line. That looks terrible because I did do this one with pencil. So let's just grab my little eraser here and erase that pencil line, because that does not look good. Okay. All right, so then we're just going to glue this in, and sometimes one will fit inside the other just a little bit better, but that's basically what we're going to do. We're going to glue these two together. So in the center, that center square, you're going to glue the center squares together so that they overlap well, like this. Like that. Okay. And then we are going to grab a Ghirardelli square, and you know I have the I have the dark ones left over because I'm very caffeine sensitive, so I have to be very, very careful with my caffeine. And remember I said I'm gonna, right now, this is a very all over pattern, so it really does not matter which one you fold down first. Afterwards, I like to have whatever my heart is stuck to, that's the one that's going to be last. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and fold in clockwise direction, because remember this one's pointing this way, and since it's pointing that way, we go clockwise. If it's pointing this way, we go counterclockwise. Oh, isn't this neat? It's kind of pointing towards the clock going around this direction, and then this one's pointing around the clock going the opposite direction. That's how I'm going to remember this. Okay, so we're going to go around and around, and then this last one right here is going to tuck in to the first one. Okay. All right. And I'm just going to shift this. Okay, this one is, well, actually, you know what? It truly doesn't matter at this point because they're all tucked into each other. So it doesn't matter. All of them right now could theoretically be the last one that was tucked in because they're all kind of tucked into each other, even though this is the one I tucked in last. They're all kind of, it doesn't matter. So when I stick my heart on, I just choose which side I think looks better to go up and down. Okay, so we'll set this aside, and then to decorate it, I'll grab my mini boss, open her up. My machine is tight. I always talk about this, but I don't want anyone ever to miss this in case you get the mini emboss machine. It tells you to use plate number 1 for die cutting. My machine is tight, so I'll use number 3. You know who that is texting me? That's my baby. My 24-year-old baby. He's on his way to Japan right now. He's at the San Francisco airport. So he and his girlfriend are going to Japan. So I'm excited. I just texted him to have a safe flight. They're leaving soon. Okay. Sorry for that interruption. So the number 3 plate for my machine, because my machine is tight. The funny thing is, or maybe not funny, but I also have a boho blue machine, and I can use the number 1 plate on my boho blue machine, but not my white machine. So it just depends on your machine. And so number 3 plate for me right now. Thanks for the safe travels for Nick. I'm sure he appreciates that. So we're just going to do some die cutting. I've got a little piece of old olive. I'm going to take this heart right here. Did not show you the Heart of Elegance dies. We haven't popped these out since Valentine's Day, but hearts are really for all times of the year, right? Because we love people all times of the year, especially our moms. And then we're going to use this heart right here for our little greeting. So, we're going to run out of room, but we're just going to do this like this. And we're going to run these both through at the same time. And my little crank it's just off the edge right here that I'm cranking this through. Sorry, my table is shaking. Okay, there we go. And this part will go fairly quickly. I chose a really easy design because I kind of envisioned that someone would do this for many people, and I didn't want something that was hard to do, right? You want something that you can not go crazy doing. And I think this is one of those designs that absolutely you could do en masse. So we've got our little teeny tiny heart. And then I grab this stamp set. It's also part of a bundle, and it does have labels, but I still wanted to use hearts instead of the labels. And I'm using You're a True Blessing. And I'll just match the ink color to whatever we're doing. So for this one, I use Lost Lagoon because there's like blue greens in here. And for this one, I'm using Old Olive cardstock and Old Olive ink. I could have also used yellow, but there's already a lot of yellow in this paper. And yellow is not a good color generally for stamping warts because it's often too light. So we're just gonna grab like the darker color in here, and that is Old Olive. So that's why I chose Old Olive. Okay, then we're going to take this one and glue it to here. And I forgot to put dimensionals on my supply list. I realized that. But you can very easily, if you're doing this, look up the item number for dimensionals. And let's just pop these out there, these little hexagon foam squares. And they also hold really well. I think I want to glue this like this. I think that will make me happy in that direction. So I'll just grab one of these. And what I want to do, since it's a heart, I'm going to put right at the very top right there. Try not to, that way you won't have to guess where you're putting your adhesive if it's going to end up on a line. You want to make sure everything can open. All those flaps need to open, so you don't want to overlap it on any of those pieces that are coming together. So if you just take it and put the point right up there, and then you're just going to center your piece and put it on there. And yes, it does stick up a little bit, and I actually think that is kind of cool because it kind of, you know, lifts up just a teeny tiny bit. So then when you want to get your chocolate out, you just open this up. And again, when you fold it now, the way I always would fold this is the last one to tuck in. So I'll just go ahead. This one's pointing this way, so we're going in a clockwise direction. And then this last one, just have to bend the tip. The first time you're bending the tip on that last piece, it needs to kind of get used to bending in that direction. And then after that, it will come together more easily. So there you go. That's all there is to it. And then you can make them. This one was in a slightly different pattern. That paper is, I know we talked about it, this paper, and I'm going to open up this new pack because I am all right, let's see. So look at this paper. It's just got, this is the first one I used, but look at this one. This would be perfect for Mother's Day because it's got all these nice yellow patterns that play together very nicely. And so, okay, let me just calculate. If you're making these en masse for Mother's Day, say you're going to use this pack. So for every 2 sheets, like you could cut down here at 9 inches, right? And then you're going to cut 1, 2, 3, 4. So right here, then you're going to have this leftover strip. That will be your 5th strip. So for every 1 sheet, you get 5 pieces, and you need 2 pieces to make one pouch. Okay, so this is 2.5, and then another piece of paper would make 5. So we've got 5 by 6. I think you can make 30 out of this pack of paper, if I'm doing the calculation right, because for every 2 sheets you get 5, and there's 6 patterns of 2, so 5 times 6 is 30. I hope that's correct math. So you can get 30 out of a pack, a full 12 by 12 pack, and you'll be left over with a little tiny square here on the corner and a bunch of little triangles that maybe you can do something else with. So there you go. That is all there is to this sweet little pouch. And thank you again, Linda, for this was her original pouch. Also super cute, right? So, oh, you know, one thing I forgot. I forgot to put one of these on here. So these are the birds and adhesive back dragonflies and birds. So I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to put a bird. Oh, look at, there's some going in different directions. Let's put one of these on here. There we go. Right there. So little dragonflies and little birds. That just to add a little something shimmery on there, or throw some other like adhesive back jewels or something on there, and that will look really super cute as well. So yeah, just a fun little thing that you could do for Mother's Day. Oh my gosh, I'm not used to my hair yet. And this morning I just like washed it and let it air dry because we were rushed this morning. Why are we always so rushed? We are just rushing all the time. Okay, so if you've gotten this far and you have enjoyed this tutorial, I hope you will subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you do, make sure you hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I go live next. Give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. That all helps me get seen by people, and I appreciate that so much, because that helps my small business grow. All right, I'm going to say hello to everyone I haven't said hello to already. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget the free shipping ends tonight at midnight Mountain Time. And if you don't already have cardstock stockpiled, now is a good time to get it because the price will go up on May 6th. So hello, Kristen, and thank you, Sue. You said you like my haircut. Thank you. We are going on the Stampin' Up! Incentive trip in a few weeks, and so I really needed my hair to be a little shorter because, well, first of all, I'll probably I can still throw it back in a ponytail, but it was just getting too long, and I usually I cut it short and then I let it grow long, cut it short and let it grow long. But it is kind of fun to have a little bit shorter of a style. It's been very long for a very long time. Oh, Marty, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to worry you. I just could not get my ribbons wrangled. So I gave up on that and I was like, let's do something different for today. So I will get everything, hopefully I'll get everything accomplished and get them all wrangled. And Marty says, cute haircut too. Thank you. And hello, Jennifer, and she says she's new around here, and she says thanks for this adorable idea. I'm going live at a time that normally I don't go live at, so maybe I'm catching some people that normally don't catch me live in the morning. So welcome to my channel, and I'm glad you're here live. Hello, Mary. Hello, I think it's Evacina. Hello. And I already said hello to Debbie earlier. Talked to Gail already. Hello, Donna. Donna's on my team and she's here today. Nice to see you on here. Probably go live for you too early normally, right, Donna? Let's see. And Verblue is here from Missouri. And hello, cutie puppies. And she says she loves the haircut. Aw, thank you so much. Marty says, this is so cool. The fold is genius. It's someone else's genius. I don't know who to attribute it to. Linda sent it to me via mail. And she did a nice little diagram for me too. And so I don't know where she got the idea. If it's someone's original idea, though, I'm not sure how in the public domain it is. Like some ideas have been around for such a long time, but if it was your original idea, please let me know. I will definitely credit you on my blog post. I don't like to take ideas without giving credit for them. But sometimes things have been around for so long, we no longer know who the original person was. And some ideas, they've been around since before the internet. So that makes it even harder to trace where ideas come from, right? But I do like, I am a librarian by background, so I do like to make sure I have sources for things if I can. Hello, Mommy Roo from Nebraska. Hello, Kathy. She says, ooh wee, being a quilter, I like the friendship star pattern. Makes a perfect quilt retreat favorite. Oh, yeah, that would be nice. Yes, for quilters. Yeah, cool. So yeah, thanks for all the travel wishes, for Nick. I'm excited. I've never been to Japan before, and he and his girlfriend, she just finished all of her coursework for her engineering degree. We're extremely proud of Caroline too. She and Nick have been together for over 5 years, 5.5 years now. And she hasn't graduated yet. They graduate late at University of Waterloo, so she won't be graduating till June. But she finished. She's done her final exam. She's done all her papers and everything like that. The term has ended for schoolwork for her. And so she and Nick are doing, I guess it's a bit of a graduation trip for Caroline. So yeah, it's nice that they're getting to go and do that. I'm excited for them, and I hope they have a good time. Okay, I digress, right? That's why I have to talk at the end, because I get so distracted. Hello, Connie. And Kristen says it's a cute treat holder. And so does Kathy. And so does Mommy Roo. Okay, Sue says, can the measurements be smaller so it would be more snug around the chocolate? So perhaps, but the thing is, you need some room to get over the hump of the chocolate. So I don't know how I can explain this to you. So earlier, let me see if I still have it. Okay, I do. Okay, so this is a 9x9, and this one's a 2x2. Okay, this one is not made with current paper. I have retired paper that I use for prototypes because I wanted to see if I could make this with 6x6. You can, but so you could, it just has to be broken up into thirds, right? So you could do like 7.5, maybe try 7.5, but let's just open this up for a second. So this Ghirardelli square is, okay, it ends up being 1 3/4. So if you were going to do this, now this one's in the opposite direction, so we have to fold it like this. This one is a 2x2 square, okay? So this would be like too small for it, okay? So I wanted to see if we could use 6x6 because there's some beautiful 6x6 paper that's on sale right now, and I wanted to draw attention to it, but you know, this is too small for the Ghirardelli square. Now Ghirardelli does, if I can find them real quick, I'm just looking for my, oh, here we go. Okay, I'm stuck. Ghirardelli does make Ghirardelli minis. And guess what I have left over? The dark chocolate. Let's see if the Ghirardelli minis fit inside here. We'll try this out. Okay, and we have to go, so these ones you would have to, you know, bend up a little bit. So I would maybe either tuck it on the top or the bottom. Okay. So Ghirardelli minis. It's still a little tight, even with the Ghirardelli mini, but not bad, So this, remember, this is 2x2. So maybe if you were going to do the Ghirardelli minis, I would try, instead of doing, it would be 7.5 by 2.5. And then you would score at 2.5 and 5, right? And then bring the two together. So I think even with the mini, I would probably want a little bit more with this. It's cute, but, and maybe if you had a smaller chocolate, maybe, Maybe a Dove chocolate might fit in here. Do I have a Dove chocolate? Do I need to take out all my chocolate? Let's see. I don't know if I have a Dove chocolate handy. I have all the chocolate tucked away, but when you need it, aha. Okay, I do have a Dove chocolate. Let's try Dove chocolate. Okay, let's try Dove chocolate. Dove chocolate's a little smaller. See the lengths I go through for you just to check it out. So Dove chocolate, it's still, so we're looking at the depth of a Dove versus a mini, and it's the height too. It's the size and the height. So what I would say is maybe the 7.5 by 2.5 pieces would do okay for a mini, but I still think you need for this one, I think you still need to do the, even though it looks like it's like sliding around in there, it needs the extra space to go over top of the chocolate so that it fits well and stays closed, right? Okay. So I hope that helps a little bit. You know, I always like to, this is the good thing about going live, because you often have very good ideas about what can be done and what can't be done. And so I can show you live. Okay, so, all right, so Sue, I answered your question, I hope. Thank you for sharing, Kathy. And Debbie says, thanks for sharing this project. Blue says, what a cute little occasion pouch. I'll be making these, so cute. Karen, thank you for saying you like my haircut. I need to do a little bit maybe more styling. I just washed it this morning and just got up and just walked. Oh, funny. And Miru says cute haircut. Thank you. Karen says thank you for this live. You're welcome, Karen. And Kristen says congratulations to Caroline. I will pass that on to you. If they're still on the ground, I'll text him right after this is done. And Connie just said, would a Dove piece fit in the smaller box? And yeah, it kind of, but I think remember, it's not only the size, it's also, this is a lot thicker. So, you know, I think you can experiment, but I feel like probably I don't know what would be small enough to fit in there. What else do I have? I'm looking through the chocolate that I hoard. I'm looking at my Hershey's miniatures. I think Hershey's miniatures are too wide, but maybe not. I'm just going to do this real quick. Okay, we'll do it counterclockwise. Okay. So this is a Hershey's miniature. I still think it's too small. So I don't know what would be small enough to fit in the really small ones. I mean, it kind of stays closed. Once you stick something on top of there, it would be maybe okay. But I would experiment. I think it's much harder with the 6x6 paper though. Okay. Let's keep going. Oh yeah, and Debbie says the same thing. It's the girth that needs to be big enough to cover the chocolate square or whatever you're placing inside. Yeah, so true. Yeah. And Karen said it could be lightly scored to allow for the thickness, but you have to adjust the size first. Kirsten says break out the candy stash. I know, I have a whole stash of candy, so I can experiment with things. I never give away old candy, but I certainly need some candy to play around with in here. Karen says, sounds like something I'll be working on later because curious minds. Yeah, Karen, you know, that's the problem with me. Once I go down the rabbit hole like this morning with those ribbon savers, once I went down that rabbit hole, I'm like, oh, and then I could do the project sheet this way and it would look so much nicer, and I could do little diagrams, and pretty soon it was just like this ginormous project that had like seriously no end. But I know it's something I need to tackle, so it will work itself out. Catherine says, such a nice haircut. Aw, thank you. And she says, the little pouch is so cute. Thank you. Maybe if you're using metric measurements, it might be easier to get the smaller size. 6 centimeters equals 2.362 inches. I have no idea why that would make sense, Marty. Sorry, my brain can't calculate that, but I know you're really smart. You have a mind that would work. Oh, did someone ask for metric measurements? Is that what I did? I probably missed a comment. So yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, probably. You're doing the calculation for the metric. So yeah, I don't ever do metric because we just work in inches here, and I apologize for that, but that's the way it is here. Candy S, did you get your hair trimmed? Yes, I did. I got it trimmed yesterday. It's been a long time coming. Just been super busy and haven't had a chance to make time for myself. So yes, it was well overdue. So after she cut my hair, one of the other stylists was sweeping up the floor, and she's like, looks at all the hair on the floor because my hair was quite long, and she's like, oh. And I'm like, yeah, because that was several inches of hair, but it's good. It feels so much lighter, and I probably lost a pound, right? Oh, funny. Okay. Mommy Roo says, thanks, Brenda. Have a great weekend. Marty says she messed up the measurements. No, she was just trying to figure out an easy way to do it. Yeah, you know what? That's good. Let's let our brains play, even if they make mistakes or go down the wrong spot sometimes. I can't tell you how many times my brain has gone down the wrong way. And it's good for your brain. We have to make mistakes in order to make some beautiful, wonderful things, right? I never would have come up with the first version of ribbon savers if it hadn't been the fact that my brain kept going back to the same thing year after year, trying to figure out, a new way to wrangle our ribbon. So, just keep playing. Don't ever stop. We need to use our brains. So that's such a good thing. Well, everyone, I hope you enjoyed today's project, and thank you, Linda, again for bringing it to my attention, for sending me such a cute thing for Valentine's Day. And I hope you all have a great weekend, and hope you have sunshine in the forecast. And I will see you all next week. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye. And don't forget, if you want to get this project sheet for this project, make sure you're on my email list. The link is down below to get on it. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.